Amazon CEO just gave some amazing news to Nvidia and overall the AI stock market. Don't believe me? Take a closer look in today's episode.
I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for their subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode.
Recently, we did get a message from Amazon CEO and his thoughts on generative AI. If you want to read the full kind of letter, make sure to check it out on Amazon's website. But I did kind of highlight some keynotes, and I just want to say on a too long don't read, he is very bullish about generative AI. He mentions artificial intelligence is one of those technologies that only happens once in a lifetime and is completely innovating the overall investment world, the AI market, the way these companies are doing business. So he starts off by saying today in virtually every corner of the company, we are using generative AI to make customers' lives better and easier. Technologies like generative AI are rare. They come about once in a lifetime and completely change what's possible for customers and businesses. So we are investing quite expensively, and the progress we are making is evident. So overall, right off the bat, we can kind of see how the AI market is not just a popular thing happening right now. It's not just a concept, but it is something that all these big players are going to continue to invest in heavily. So that right off the bat could be seen as a nice bullish sign for a lot of our AI semiconductors and AI tech companies in general. He goes on in talking about Alexa Plus, which is their next generation Alexa personal assistant, and it is the first personal assistant that can take significant actions for customers on top of providing intelligent answers to virtually any questions. You can also see it with their AI shopping assistants that's being used by tens of millions of customers around the world to make great kind of purchase decisions. And throughout this whole kind of letter, he talks about all the different ways that Amazon is already integrating AI solutions. And some of them, in my opinion, kind of just blow my mind. Obviously, on top of that is the ability to kind of talk about their cloud infrastructure. And you can see it in what they're delivering in AWS for builders, whether it's their custom AI chips like the Trainium 2 to provide better price performance on model training and inference over some of the top players like Nvidia, supposedly. So we do know this is another thing, right? All these AI players are investing in their own AI chip. I think one of the main reasons is there's not enough chips to go around, so they're trying to build as much infrastructure as they can, even if it's their own solution, because Nvidia and maybe some other players can't provide the overall market. Now, they're also using generative AI broadly across their internal operations. In their fulfillment network, they are using AI to improve inventory placement, demand forecasting, and the efficiency of our robots. I think by the time we're done with this letter, if you still have doubts about the true aspect of how AI is providing efficiencies to a company and to the overall market, you might not be listening or reading well enough. While we've made a lot of progress, we're still at the relative beginning. That's again insane. There are a few reasons we believe this and want to go even faster. First, they have a strong conviction that AI agents will change how they all work and live. There will be billions of agents across every company and in every imaginable field. There will also be agents that routinely do things for you outside of work, from shopping to travel to daily chores and tasks. Many of these agents have yet to be built, but make no mistake, they're coming and coming fast. Sorry, Michael, I was just watching The Office and I had a Michael Scott joke. But regardless, we can see the overall excitement of the AI space right now. Now, again, all this, in my opinion, is stuff we have been hearing from companies like Nvidia, right? And many might say, Jose, Nvidia is saying this because they want to sell as many AI chips. But now we're starting to see it go down the line and kind of showcase that this AI trend is just in early innings. Today, they have over 1,000 generative AI services and applications in progress or built. But at our scale, that's a small fraction of what we will ultimately build. We're going to make it so much easier to build agents and then build or partner on several new agents across all of our businesses, units, and other areas. Now, again, this is just one company already expecting multiple agents and make it easier to build agents where probably myself in the next few years are going to have agents that's going to be doing a lot of the research, some of the content creation for me in this YouTube or the other YouTube channels that I run. As we roll out more generative AI and agents, it should change the way our work is done. We will need fewer people doing some of the jobs that are being done today. That's definitely some of the major pain of AI right now, but more people doing other types of jobs. It's hard to know exactly where this nets out over time. Unfortunately, I do believe what we're happening is it's going to be more on the negative side opposed to the positive side. But in the next few years, we expect that this will reduce our total corporate workforce as we get efficiency gains from using AI extensively across the company. So overall, I think this just kind of showcases how big and how crucial the AI market is for all these businesses. And I do believe, and I agree with the sentiment that unfortunately we are going to have people lose jobs. And the CEO does kind of encourage people to go out there and learn more about generative AI and how to educate yourself with it. I personally, while I'm not in the traditional workforce, I'm making sure to stay up to date with the AI space because God forbid anything ever happens and I need to go back to my engineering career. I know how to use these new tools. So I do believe it's also crucial to make sure to somehow learn some of these AI tools and how they can benefit you. Now, I do have some cool slides here from Nvidia, for example, that kind of just provide more of what the CEO of Amazon was saying. AI for every industry. So AI is going to be needed in things like robots, autonomous vehicles, enterprise IT for AI agents that we were just looking at, cloud server providers, edge, 5G, robotics manufacturing, and the list goes on. And this is kind of a great image of what an AI agent would do. So it'll be some form of digital agent. I always consider it at the moment as a digital intern that you pay very low cost to. It does things like thinking. It has tools to use. It has you prompt it and they'll give you a response. It uses your computer. It has some form of memory and they can control other agents. You might eventually have a fleet of agents just running more and more. And here we can see that NVIDIA believes this enterprise AI market, just in agents alone, in forms of enterprise IT and industrial automation software industry, in forms of AIOps, could be $1 trillion market. So there is massive opportunity here and massive growth for your software players that are working in the AI agents, your overall companies that are providing the AI infrastructure, and anybody dealt with that, right? It'd be your energy, being your chip maker, being your server makers, and the list goes on. Obviously, I have my favorites. There are certain that I wouldn't invest in, but we can definitely see that massive tailwind out there. Now, if we check out Fiscal.ai, which is a company I am a partner with, you have a lot of great ways to kind of find some cool information, some great charts, some great transcripts, some great AI summaries that I think is super crucial. So if you want to learn more, make sure to check out fiscal.ai/Jose. The link is down below. Now, more importantly, if you want to support the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the thumbs up. I'm trying to hit 75,000 subs by the end of the year. And I do have a free newsletter, whatthechip.happened.com, that if you want to check it out, completely free. I talk about there some of the non-popular stocks. Like if you're curious about Bessie, Lam Research, Clack Corporation, I recently just did kind of an overview of what they've shared in recent presentations and recent conferences. So if you are curious about the overall semiconductor manufacturing, that one is completely free. Make sure to check it out, whatthechip.happened.com. Now, in thanks, let's go back here to fiscal.ai and we can see capital expenditure. I mean, these are the big four. You have your Microsoft, your Amazon, your Google, your Meta, all spending multi-billions of dollars per quarter or per year. These are last trailing 12 months on AI, on capital expenditure. Obviously, all these companies have other avenues, like Amazon has a lot to do with kind of their e-commerce distribution centers and stuff like that, with all the other solutions. But a good portion is now entering into the AI space, into the cloud space. And we continue to see that grow. And this is all thanks to this innovation happening so quickly in the AI space. NVIDIA, on a recent kind of event, talked about how data center capex by 2028 is expected to hit $1 trillion plus in value. Now, they don't mention NVIDIA is going to get all of this. NVIDIA obviously hopes to get most of it, but there's many of opportunities to win in this massive compounded annual growth rate market. AMD, for example, recently did at their AI events that the data center market is expected to grow at 60% compounded annual growth rate from 2023 to 2028 to over $500 billion. Remember, there is a difference between Nvidia's numbers and AMD. Nvidia was looking at total data center capex. AMD is just looking at the AI accelerator total addressable space. But within there, they do believe that the biggest growing market will be inference. And that inference is going to be driving most of the growth starting here in 2025, 2026, and 2027. So this is mainly going to be fueled by things like AI agents. So we are seeing that massive opportunity, and we are getting the data points from the top players that this is definitely coming. And the reason it is coming, like I mentioned, first we had things like perception AI, then we had generative AI. Now we're moving into agentic AI, which is going to need even more and more inference and more kind of intelligence overall. The final thing, at least where we're at right now, is physical AI. When we have those robotics are going to be doing these long thinkings to complete all the different types of tasks that we use on our daily market, on our daily world. But regardless, there is this massive tailwind for the AI space, and there is opportunity for many, many winners. Now, I did kind of share, if you do follow me on Twitter, I kind of shared my overall thoughts on this update from CEO of Amazon, and just overall, pretty much what I said, but make sure to follow me there as well. Now, I do think, unfortunately, this AI market is evolving at such a rapid pace that it is creating tensions between players. One of the big ones that we're seeing right now is OpenAI and Microsoft are clashing over partnership terms. And this could get crazy. And right now, I do believe the massive innovation, how quickly some of these companies want to grow, but also how expensive it is creating tensions with a lot of partners. And I'm not going to be surprised if we continue to see tensions with some other players like this as well. Continuing with the AI market, we also see that Elon Musk XAI is on track to raise about $5 billion in fresh debt. The only reason I can see any of these big players raising debt is because they want to continue to expand in the AI ecosystem. So right now, and the CEO of Amazon did, in my opinion, give a lot of great news for the overall AI ecosystem, which right now is mainly driven by Nvidia. So let me know, what are your thoughts, and what do you see? What are your favorite ways to invest in this AI space? Take care, have a good day, and see you all next time.